वन्दे गुरुपदद्वन्द्वम् अवाङ्मनसगोचरम् रक्तशुक्लप्रभामिश्रम् अतर्क्यं त्रैपुरम् अहः विशुद्धिज्ञानदेहाय त्रिवेदी दिव्यचक्षुषे श्रेयः प्राप्तिनिमित्ताय नमः सोमार्धधारिणे नमो यामिनीनाथरेखालङ्कृत कुन्तलाम् भवानीं भवसन्तापनिर्वापण सुधानदीम्
We had completed till the 26th sutra, 27th sutra we have. The 26th sutra enlisted the Chaturnavati mantras, the 94 mantras which are used for the abhimantrana of the Shri Patra. Now Bhagavan proceeds and lists some more mantras for the abhimantrana. So these 94 are essential, they are important, because by doing the bhavana of the Kala Devatas, the Agni, Surya and the Soma Kala Devatas, then again Brahma Kala, Vishnu Kala, Rudra Kala, Ishvara Kala and Sadashiva Kala, and then there are 5 mantras, 5 riks actually, and with Moola mantra once. The Kuladravya which is used for the Viseshargya, it becomes Sanskritam. Sanskritam means it becomes now fit for the usage in the puja. The next set of mantras that Bhagavan gives is for us to understand what this Kuladravya is. We will complete this mantras and try to ponder upon why Bhagavan added these mantras. Atha eke panchabhihi Akhandadhyehi abhimantranam amananti. Atha ha eke panchabhihi Akhandadhyehi abhimantranam amananti. Atha ha eke, some people. Okay, eke means a few other acharyas. Amananti, consider or opine. Abhimantranam, for abhimantranam, apart from that 94 that we have already seen, panchabhihi, 5 more. What are those? Akhandadhyehi panchabhihi, the mantras which starts with Akhanda, with the letter or with the word Akhanda. When Bhagavan says Atha eke, it means that according to his system, this is Krita Kritam. Krita Kritam means you can either do or you can omit. But there would be a purpose that Bhagavan is stating that these mantras are added in the Viseshargya Samskara. So once we understand the meaning of these mantras, we will know why Bhagavan has given a hint saying that it is better to have these 5 mantras as a part of the abhimantra. In our puja krama, we use these 5 mantras, okay, for the abhimantra. That is why Atha eke, eke means a few acharyas. Okay, so though it is not there in my paddhati, there are few other acharyas who opine that these should also be used. Okay, the first set of mantra, Akhandaika rasananda kare parasudhatmani swachhanda spuranamatra nidehi kulanayike akulastha amritakare shuddha jnanakare pare amritatvam nidhehi asmin vastuni klinna rupini tadrupini ekarasyatvam kritva hi etat swarupini bhutva paramritakara mayi chitspuranam kuru iti Trisraha Anushtubha Vidyaha. These are the three mantras which are set in the Anushtubha Chandas. Now, this AK that Bhagavan speaks of is nothing but Paramananda Tantra. Okay, these set of 5 mantras are the Uddhara for these 5 mantras can be seen in the Paramananda Tantra. Now, Akhanda Eka Rasa Ananda Kare. As we have already seen, the ultimate purpose of this entire saparya is for recognition of our own true nature. So any step, any mantra, any dravya which is used in the saparya has to facilitate that one. Second, in the tantras, we come across a lot of discussion on what are these or what is the philosophical basis behind these panchamakaras. When we say madhu, matsya, mamsa, mutra, maithuna, at the gross level, they stand for 5 physical objects. Okay, and our is Kaulachara. In Kaulachara, because Bhagavan himself, when he signs off in the colophon of the Kalpa Sutra, he says Maha Kaulacharya Jamadagnya Rama. Okay, so ours is Kaulachara. In Kaulachara, the Panchamakaras are used as Pratyaksha Dravyas. Only when, due to certain circumstances, these cannot be made available, then we use the Anushangika Dravyas or the Pratinidhi Dravyas. What are these Panchamakaras or what do these stand for? At the Sukshma level, the Makaras, first is Madhya. Now, generally what happens when we consume wine, we are not fully in control of our senses and our thought process. So, wine, when consumed internally, it sets in a kind of a chemical reactions in our body, wherein we are led or we are in a state of a kind of, we are in a hallucination state. Okay. Now, the bhava for madhya is this dravya has to make us forget the external reality in the way that we are perceiving. Now, again, remember, we should at every point keep this thought very firmly in our mind. Unlike the Advaita Shastra, we do not consider the Loka to be Mithya. So, we are not saying Jagat Mithya. Jagat is Satya. It is a Parinama of Parashiva himself. But unfortunately, we are not seeing the Jagat as a Parinama of Parashiva. We are seeing the Jagat or the objects in the Jagat as Vikalpas, product of our thought process. So, when I see a book, I don't see the book as it is. but I see the book in relation to what this book can do to me, whether this book is useful to me. So I relate it to myself and to my needs. And that needs is something that is created by our own thought process. Therefore, the book also becomes a representation or an extension of our thought process. So, the Kuladravya at the Adhyatmika level is supposed to lead us to a state wherein we don't see the Jagat the way we have been perceiving in our Jagrata Avastha. We have to see the Jagat in a manner which is its true nature. The true nature of Jagat is that it is Shivamaya. There is nothing apart from Shiva which exists in the Jagat. So this Dravya is Akhanda. Look at the first pada. Akhanda. Generally, Khanda means anything that is made up of parts. When we see the entire world, we see them as objects. Let's say book. Book is composed of pages. Okay, you can tear down the book to pages. Then again, each and every page can be torn down till you reach the atomic and subatomic level. To that extent, because our perception is that the world is made up of units which have come together and they form part and it becomes the whole. Okay. Khanda Padarthas. We believe that the Jagat is a composition of Khanda Padarthas. Whereas the Kuladravya is supposed to make us see the Jagat as Akhanda. What can be Akhanda? That which is having no beginning and no end only can be Akhanda. When we say having no beginning and no end is because the moment we say coming together, automatically there is a spatial and there is a temporal element which is added. At what time, what two came together. After coming together, it becomes something else than what they were earlier. This is the Srishti process. Okay. So if something is Akhanda, it means it is not made up of part. It means that it is beyond the spatio-temporal plane. So Akhanda, Eka. There cannot be any other Vastu other than Shiva. Akhanda Eka. Rasa Ananda Kare. And this Parashiva is Anandamaya. Therefore, he is Rasa. Rasyate iti rasaha. Akhlada. That which gives pleasure, happiness. But unlike the worldly pleasure, which is generally derived from objects, this is, that is, we call it as a subjective pleasure. This is, objective pleasure. This is subjective pleasure. We don't require anything else to be or to stay or to experience the bliss. So, Akhanda Eka Rasa Ananda Kare. So, this Dravya is supposed to give us that feeling. Kara means Karoti iti Kara. So, Akhanda Eka Rasa Ananda Kare. Parasudha. This is the supreme Sudha. Okay, generally the term Sudha is used to refer to the Madhya. Okay, so even though we are having the Madhya in front of us, the Bhavana is that this is not the Madhya, but this is Parasudha. The Parasudha is the Amrita, the state of being free from the cycle of deaths and births. So Parasudha. Where is it that we have to enjoy this state of bliss? Like in the previous one, in the Tirodhana, which is the Kritya of Ishvara, the very beautifully Bhagavan have chosen the Rik. Tad Vishnoho Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Suraya. Okay, what does that mean? Tat Vishnoho Paramam Padam. Okay, it is not showing inside, it is showing somewhere outside. It says there is the supreme abode of Vishnu. Tat Vishnoho Paramam Padam Surayaha Sada Pashyanti. Even great rishis and munis and the bhaktas, they have enjoyed the state of bliss in that place. We call it as Vaikunta, Kailasha, whatever, doesn't matter. That is Tirodhanam. That is veiling. That is hiding. Whereas the true bliss is to be experienced here. Atmani. So I don't look for bliss anywhere else. Because if there is only one, then I am part of that. Since I am that one. Okay. Swachanda Spuranam. And this experience is not a one-time experience. Spuranam means vibration. In our Shastras, we call it as Spanda. That is why the entire Shastra is called as a Spanda Shastra. Okay, Spandanam. Vibration, ever throbbing, always active. Okay. So, Swachanda Spuranam. It is independent. It is not dependent on anything else for it to continue its state of being. Swachanda Spuranam. Atra Nidehi Kulanayike. So, our prayer is that Atra Nidehi, in this Dravya, may all these characteristics that I have prayed for, okay, become clear to me. Second mantra, Akulastha. Where is it? Akula. Kulam. Kulam is group. Generally, the word Kula has many meanings. One meaning is group. Akula, where there is no group. Again, why there is no group? Because if there is only one, where will we go for groups? Group means you will have to have multiple entities. When they come together, it becomes group. If there is only one entity, there is no Kula. Okay? So, Akula, Akulastha. So, this state of awareness or this state of bliss is in the state of unity. Akulastha. Amritakare. It is in the form of Amritatva. It is in the form of immortal. Shuddha Jnana Kare. May this Dravya give me that Samyak Jnana, that right knowledge, so that I recognize my true state of being. Shuddha Jnana Kare. Pare. That state which is the supreme, which is the highest. Amritatvam Nidehi. May that Amritatva, the sense of Amrita, Nidehi, enter. May it come. May it, okay, permeate. Asmin Vastuni. In this object or in this Dravya. Klinna Rupini, which is Klinna, Kledanam or Klinnam means which is wet, which is flowing. Okay. So, this is the logic that Sri Guru used to give to say why it is not necessary what Dravya you are using. Even if you are using an Anukalpa Dravya, whether it is Garjura Rasa, Draksha Rasa, Narikela Rasa, Dugdha, Jalam, doesn't matter. Because the prayer is Asmin Vastuni Nidehi. In this object, let all these things come. Okay. Yes, when we use Madhya, the process is expedited. That's a different thing. Nothing against using the Prathama Dravya. But Dravya is not important, the Bhavana is important. Okay, having the Dravya but not having the Bhavana is simply of no use. But having the bhavana, but not having the the mukhya dravya is far superior. So asmin vastuni nitehi, may that enter in this vastu. That is why in the tantra in which Parabhairava is has given this mantrodhara, he did not use any name for the dravya. He did not say asmin prathama dravye or asmin madhye, asmin sudhayam. He does not say asmin vastuni. He said in this vastu, whatever is that vastu doesn't matter. What is klinna rupini? Kledanam, dravya. See, that sense of moisture is something that adds beauty. The term sundari, the word sundari in Tripura Sundari or wherever it comes, the mula dhatu for the term sundari is und. Und klidane. Because there is beauty where there is water. Water in the sense where there is moisture, which is life. So klinna rupini means that which has life, therefore that which has the beauty. Third mantra, tadrupini. Tat here refers to the tat shabda, which is part of the mahavakya, tat tvam asi. Tadrupini, so the dravya in front of us is nothing but the physical manifestation of that supreme parashiva. Tadrupini. Ekarasyatvam, may I have the ekarasyata. Ekarasyata means that sense of unity. So tat tvam, that sense of unity is asipada. So tadrupini ekarasyatvam. So the gist of mahavakya is in the first pada of the mantra. Tadrupini ekarasyatvam krutva, may I attain that experience of the mahavakya. Etat swarupini bhutva, so may that tat become etat. So let there be no difference between the two. Para amritakara, by becoming the supreme immortality. Mayi, when I use this dravya, what should I get? What is the purpose for using this dravya? Chitsphurana kuru, may I always vibrate with my sense of identity as being supreme consciousness. That is the puja phala. That is the phala of using the dravya. So because Bhagavan found these three mantras so powerful for the bhavana, he recommends that these three mantras also be used, even though it is not there in Sutra. So this is the first set of three mantras. Generally, these three mantras in the puja krama are prefixed with the prathama bija aim. So it is aim akhandeka sadhana. And strictly going by the Paramananda Tantra text, these three mantras have to be chanted 3 times. Though Bhagavan does not state it here, but since it is from Paramananda Tantra, in Paramananda Tantra it is very clear that these three mantras be chanted thrice. That is, chanting the 3 as one set. Like that we have to do it as 3 sets. Then Atha. This is Amriteshwari mantra. Vacham, bloom, jraum, iti, jum saha, iti cha uktva, amrite amritodbhave, amriteshwari, amritavarshini, amritam sravaya sravaya swaha, iti. Chaturtho mantraha. So being a mantra, it will not be given direct. he will give only an as an Uddhara form. Okay. Atha, Vacham. So I'm, bloom, Jraum, Jum Saha. Now there are always whether it is Jum Saha or Jum Saha. That is Rasva Ukara or a Dirgha Ukara. So as per the Guru Parampara we follow. Okay. In some of the Guru Paramparas it is the Rasva Ukara, Jum Saha. In many other thing it is Jum Saha. Both are Mrityunjaya Bija only. Okay, Jum is the Mrityunjaya Bija. The rest is the part of the mantra. So after Jum Saha, Amrite, Amritodhaya, Amriteshwari, Amritam, Amritavarshini, Amritam, Sravaya, Sravaya. This is, the meaning is very clear. Okay, the entire Vastu has to lead us to the state of immortality. So Amrite, Amrita Udbhave. This Dravya is created from Amrita only. Because if everything is Parashiva, then it is Amrita Udbhave. Amrita Ishwari. Eat Palani. Comes from the Dhatu, eat Palani. Okay. So Amriteshwari means one who ensures that the person gets that state of Amrita. Amriteshwari. Amrita Varshini. She is going to shower us with immortality. Okay. So Amrita Varshini. Amritam Sravaya Sravaya Swaha. That is the mantra. So this is the mantra. Okay. Now we should know where to break this mantra. Generally, it is very important to know the khandas in a mantra. So when we are, say for example, we are doing Panchadashakshari Vidya. Okay, Kaye la Hreem ha, we cannot do that. We should know where to break. Kaye la Hreem, that is the first. Then the second Asaka ha la Hreem. So we give that break there. So generally we should know where to give the breaks. Okay, when we are doing the mantrochar. So here also it is very easy to remember where to give the breaks. Okay, see, when you start, it starts with Aim. Aim, Vada Vada, Vagbhava, Aim. That is the first Buddha. Okay, then Kleem, Kline, Kledini, Kledaya, Mahakshobham, Kuru Kuru, Kleem. So between Aim to Aim, that is the first. Between Kleem to Kleem, that is the second. Sauhu, Moksham, Kuru Kuru, Zaum, Sauhu. That is the third. Okay. So, Paramananda says this mantra should be chanted 5 times. So, first set thrice,
Then 4.
second is 4, then this is 5 times. Okay. It is not generally found in the Sapariya book, which Parameshti Guru has had published. It only makes a list because Bhagavan Parashurama has not given it that way. But since he has taken it from Paramananda Tantra, in Paramananda Tantra it says Tridha, Chaturdha, Panchadha. So each of that has to be done 3 times and it should be prefixed by the Bala Bija. So Aim, Amrite, Akhanda Karasandagare. Okay, then Kleem, Aim Bloom Jarom Joom Saha. Then Sauhu, Aim Vadavada Vagbhava. So Panchami Iyam Vidya Etabihi Abhimantriya. So with this, the Abhimantrana comes to an end. So our Chaturnavati mantra, this is not part of Chaturnavati mantra. So many of the Upasakas, they know the general term Chaturnavati mantra. And this is printed as a part of it. So we don't really care to count how many mantras are there. This is not part because 94 is already over. With the Moola mantra, 94 is already over. This falls outside the scope of the 94. Okay. So Abhimantriya. With this, the Abhimantrana process is complete. Jyotirmayam tadarghyam vidhaya. Now what happens? The Arghya, the Viseshargya, which is there in the Shri Patra, is now Jyotirmaya. So we don't treat it like an ordinary vastu, okay, an object. It is Jyotirmaya. Jyotirmaya means it is Brahmamaya. What we are having in front of us is nothing but Parashiva himself. In the Shri Patra, we are having Parashiva himself. That is why we have to show utmost respect to it. We should take care that we don't spill it over, the way we lift it, the way we treat it and everything. That is why in the Puja Kalpa, when we see after that, there will be a Shodashopachara for the Sudha Devi. So we understand the actually it comes before, but so that we understand what we are dealing with. Okay, we should not treat it like a grape juice or something. Okay. Tadarghyam vidhaya. Then the first tarpana that is done using this abhimantrita dravya has to be for Sri Guru only. Okay, so because without him we are not what we are. If he had not shown us the path, then we would be still be waiting in the process, okay, for God knows how many countless of births. He is the one who has opened the gates for the grace of Parashiva to fall upon us. Whether it happens this moment, whether it happens in the Charama Kshana, we do not know. But it will definitely happen. Since that is an immense blessing that Sri Guru has bestowed upon us. The first Tarpana is done for one's own Sri Guru. So if Sri Guru is present in the physical form with us when we are doing the puja, then we offer him Viseshargya for him to do the Tarpana. If he is not there, remember once again, Sri Guru Sarvakarana Bhuta Shakti. Sri Guru is the cause of all. So he is never away from us. Even if he is not physically present, in the sense that we are unable to see him, he is always there, he is always present in us, in our awareness, and he is represented by the Hamsa Padaka or the Guru Padaka, which we bear on our head always. So an Upasaka, that is why the Upasaka Dharmas, he is taught not to put any weight on his head. You can carry anything on your head, because you bear your Sri Guru's Padakas on your head.
Correct.
So you don't put anything on the head there. It's a mark of disrespect here. So we perform the Tarpana in the Guru Padaka and our shirs. So Bhagavan is assuming that Sri Guru is not physically present with us, and he says, Tad bindubihi Trishaha Shirasi Guru Padakam Ishtva. So Trishaha, 3 times. Guru Padakam Ishtva. There are again 2 set of opinions amongst the sadhakas on this particular line. Whether to chant the entire Guru Padaka mantra 3 times, or does it refer to Swaguru, Paramaguru, Parameshti Guru? So in our Sampradaya, we perform Tarpana once to our Shri Guru, once to Paramaguru, once to Parameshti. So Trishaha, 3 times we have done the Tarpana. There are certain Sampradayas who will chant the entire Guru Padaka mantra. Generally, their Guru Padaka mantra will be smaller, not like us. Okay, they will, anyway, small or big doesn't matter. They chant the Guru Padaka mantra. And when it comes to Shri Guru's Nama, Amukamba Samita, Amukanandanatha, Shri Padakam, Pujayami, Tarpayami, thrice. They will not do the Paramaguru, Parameshti Guru Tarpana.
Oh.
Apadi There is one sampradaya.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we follow Shri Guru, Parama Guru, and Parameshwar Guru. Yes, Ganesh.
Satyana, while doing Tarpana, should we use the Viseshargya right from the Viseshargya Patra, or should we take it into one Atma Patra and do the Tarpana from that Patra?
See, this is the Sampradaya Veda. In our Sampradaya, what we do is we have a separate Patra by name Guru Patra.
Amma. Correct.
Okay, okay.
So we put it into the Guru Patra, and from Guru Patra we do the Tarpana.
Amma.
Okay.
If
We'll have to consume this
don't
after
have-
this also, right?
have Guru Patra by itself, then it has to be done not from Atma Patra but from Shri Patra only. This is another thing. For whom you can use the Dravya from the Shri Patra, and for whom you should use Dravya from the Karana Kalasha. Generally, for all the Devata Tarpanas, we use the Dravya from Shri Patra only. We have to take the Dravya from the Shri Patra. The Shri Patra can be refilled, that's a different issue. But the Dravya has to be taken physically from the Shri Patra. Okay, so that is why when we are doing the Saparya, when we are doing Pujayami and Tarpayami, then the Dravya is coming directly from the Shri Patra and it goes as a Bindu Tarpana. Okay. If the Sampradaya does not prescribe a Guru Patra, then Guru has to be, for Guru Yajana, we have to use it directly from the Shri Patra. So that is the second this thing. Whether Guru is Pratyaksha or we are doing the Guru Tarpana in our own Shiras. Third, for Suvasini, in the end of the puja, when we do the Shakti Puja and the Suvasini Puja, okay, for the Suvasini or for the Shakti, the Dravya has to come directly from the Shri Patra. There are certain occasions where we will be doing Pratyaksha Puja. For example, Pratyaksha Tithi Nitya Puja or anything like that, where there is a Devata Akhvana in the Suvasinis. In that case also, the Dravya has to come only from Shri Patra directly. For anything else, what is this anything else? For Bali, for the Samayika Puja, the Dravya has to come from Kulapatra, not from the Shri Patra. This is a trade secret, which we have to learn from our own Guru. Okay. So, Tad Bindubihi Trishaha Shirasi Gurupadukam Ishtva. So we do the Guru Tarpana. After that, the Dravya is taken in one's own Atma Patra. All that Bhagavan has not mentioned explicitly. But from our Sampradaya, we learn how to do this. So, and then we do the Dharma Ashtaka Yajana. Okay? Dharmam, Adharmam, Papam, Punyam, Krityam, Akrityam, Sankalpam, Vikalpam. All this is what makes us an entity, separate from what we actually are. In the sense, we consider ourselves to be an independent individual entity because of these 8 factors: Dharma, Adharma, Papa, Punya, Kritya, Akritya, Sankalpa, Vikalpas. Now, this Dharmashtaka Yajana ensures that all these becomes Vilina. They all merge. They all merge in the Atma Bhava. And the mantra which is used for merging them into the Atma Bhava is Ardram Jalati. Okay? So, chanting the mantra Ardram Jalati, the sadhaka then consumes the Viseshargya from his Atma Patra. Okay? Ardram Jalati Jyotihi Ahamasmi. It's a very interesting mantra. We come across this mantra in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Okay. It is actually a part of Snana mantra, Agamarshana Sutta. In the Agamarshana Sutta, towards the end, we come across this particular mantra. Okay. See the Rishi, whoever is the mantra drashta for this, while he was taking baths, okay, in a lake, pond, river, wherever, okay, he is taking bath, and while taking bath, he see the water droplets, okay, flying in the air when he is taking bath, and just before that, he has done the Atmanusandhana of Surya. When we do in our Sandhya Vandana, Yasa Adityo Brahma, Brahmaivahamasmi. Asau Adityaha Brahma, Brahma eva Ahamasmi. That Supreme which shines as Aditya. I am that Supreme. Asau Adityo Brahma, Brahmaivahamasmi. So he has done the Anusandhana there, Atmaikya Anusandhana there. Now he sees these water droplets, okay, with the light of sun being reflected in those water droplets. Most of us would have seen that when we are taking bath in the river and all those things. But that is the difference between the Rishi and us. A Rishi sees it differently. So he sees that water droplets. He says, Ardram Jolati Jyotihi. Ardram Jyotihi Jolati. It is wet. The water droplets. Ardram. It is wet. Jyotihi Jolati. But it is shining. And it is shining with the Brahma Tejas. Ardram Jolati Jyotihi. That Brahma Tejas, which is the reflection of Surya in that Jalabindu, Ahamasmi. I am also that Brahma Tejas. Jyotir Jolati Brahma Ahamasmi. What shines as the Jyoti there, as the Surya, not only in the water droplet, what shines as Surya also, Jyotir Jolati Brahma Ahamasmi. Okay. Yaha Aham. It's not that way around. Yaha Aham. That which is I, Brahma, is that. The reverse process. Okay. That is me is one. I am that. That feeling is very difficult. To see ourselves as the entire Jagat. Okay. And the entire Jagat as oneself. So Brahma, Yo Aham Asmi, Brahma, Aham Asmi. Ahameva Aham. Is there anything else other than I? No. Ahameva. There is only that Evakara is only to stress that there is nothing second apart from me. When we say Ekameva Advitiyam, whatever that three kind of Vedas that we are annulling there, that is annulled here also when we say Ahameva Aham. Mam Juhomi Swa. And when I partake that water, Aham Mam Juhomi. I am consuming myself. So Bhagavan beautifully prescribes that mantra from the Taittiriya Upanishad for the Kuladravya Svikara. This is the bhavana with which we have to do the Kuladravya Svikara. Iti kundalinyam tad bindu atmanaha kundalinyam juhuyat. He says, he does not use the word pibe. He does not say drink. He says, juhuyat. Offer it as a sacrificial oblation into the fire which is blazing in your Muladhara. Atmanaha kundalinyam juhuyat. So, we should never have pana buddhi. Even if we are using the dravya, we should never have pana buddhi. Okay. a sense of I am drinking the dravya. It is not for consumption. It is not for chikva chapalyam that we are drinking. The bhavana is that this is a homa ahuti. And why a homa ahuti? Because always in the homa there will be something called idam na mama. Whenever we offer it, okay, after the swahakara, okay, then this is called as uddeshatyaga. So when we let's say our example in Mahaganapati Homa, after saying, okay, swaha, Mahaganapataye idam namama. Mahaganapataye idam namama is called as uddeshatyaga, which means that this dravya no longer belongs to me, it belongs to Mahaganapati. And this dravya is offered for the pleasure of Mahaganapati, not for me. So with that homa buddhi, we have to offer the Kuladravya into the Atmanaha Kundalini. Iti Atmanaha Kundalinyam Juhiya. So with this, the Dravya Samskara, Etat Arghya Shodhanam iti Shivam. Bhagavan concludes this chapter, Etat Arghya Shodhanam. This is the Shodhana. Shodhana means cleansing or samskara of the Dravya. Iti Shivam. With that he concludes. So with this bhavana, no one can ever misuse or the dravya. So there is nothing wrong with the dravya at all. It is all there in the bhavana.